Right. So this is my first ever live stream, so bear with me as I'm trying to figure this out. Trying to figure out how to pull out the chat so I can see what I'm doing. Let's see here. Comments? Nope. Well, this is rather embarrassing. But I've got to learn somehow. So we do live. I see that we're live. But I don't know how. Can I go to my own live stream? Details. No. Well, let's see what happens if I do this. Alright, well, I can see my own live stream. Hey, Red Llama. Alright, I'm probably picking up. Let's see what I've got going on here. Hey, thanks, I appreciate it. It's my first time ever streaming, so I'm trying to figure this out. Let me see if I can get rid of the echo. How's that? Is that echo going now? Excellent. Hey, Fudweiser, how you doing? Hey, I appreciate you guys' patience. This is my first time ever live streaming, so bear with me. Trying to learn how to do this. So, again, I didn't know how to test this, so I figured I would just dive right in and see what happens. All right, so what I was hoping to do, I'm not sure how to pop out my the chat to do this. So what I wanted to be doing here was sharing this. So basically just doing a little bit of testing on a 3060 LHR. And I figured as long as I'm out here testing, I might as well throw this up and see what happens. So I'm getting, let's do this. So I'm gonna pause or mute this so I'm not hearing it back again. And you guys aren't hearing the echo. Interesting. Okay. See if that helps. Hey, Raheem. MC, how you doing, man? Hey, again, I appreciate you guys' patience. Again, I'm just trying to tinker around here a little bit and learn. These streams will get better, I promise, but this is my first time, so I figured I'd give it a shot live and just see what happens, man. I think I need more screens. So this is really what I want to be showing everyone. But until I can figure out how to pop the chat out so I can see what's going on, it's going to be a little difficult. So this, let me see if I can do this. Let's see, pop out chat. Then I can get rid of this. But then you guys are going to be seeing the chat, which you probably don't want to be seeing. Because really, what you guys want to be seeing is this screen, right? All right, are we getting a little bit better? So let's see, because you guys should be seeing what I'm seeing on my screen. So you can see Afterburner, you can see my miner, you can see, let's see. Good point, Red Llama. I could pull up my cell phone to look at the chat. All right, well, you know what? For my first time, I'm not too terribly disappointed. A little embarrassed, but hey, whatever, it happens, right? So I think you guys all probably know who I am, or you probably wouldn't be here. So TPS Miner, just wanted to get up here, get my first live stream under my belt, work on my setup. So I'm looking at my camera up here. I've got a tripod set up with just my iPhone recording. This is my work area where you're seeing me right now. I've got my mic here. This is the monitor for my test bench. My test bench is sitting right down here below me. And so what I've got here in my test bench right now, I've got my Zotac 3060 LHR. And if you saw a video that I put out about a week and a half ago on efficiency, I really want to start testing all my cards. So, you know, ETH 2.0 is coming up, the merge is coming up, and I want to get all of my cards kind of benchmarked across all the different algorithms. And it has taken me a ridiculous amount of time to do this. This is so much more effort and work than what I thought. And I figured, you know what, I'm out here testing today, so let's fire up the live stream and just see what happens. So what you guys are seeing, I pulled my 3060 LHR today and put it in the test bench and set it up so I could start testing on Ergo. Basically figured I'll just show you guys what I'm doing so you can see how I'm doing it. So I do have a little bit of a scratchy throat, so I apologize if I'm a little a little scratchy, but just fighting a little bit of a cold. So Mr. Miles, hey, welcome. Thank you very much. I appreciate you checking in. Yeah, it's tricky to get started for the first time. You're right, I am definitely getting more comfortable. The whole idea, so, you know, when I first started this, Mr. Miles was a huge help for me just to get myself comfortable enough to get on camera and start recording what I'm doing. You know, I've got some pretty deep-rooted anxiety issues, so I've been kind of battling anxiety for a really long time. So just me being on camera and doing this is so out of my element. And, you know, Mr. Miles kind of helped me get over that fear and kind of taught me how to get started on the technology side of things. So Mr. Miles, I still go back and look at my notes every time I do a video, try and remind myself the basic fundamentals of things you told me when I first got started. So I appreciate it. Like I said, I enjoy this environment more than recording the videos. The videos, there's the pressure to make them perfect. When you're live streaming, it's live, right? We make mistakes, we fumble through it, and you know, we learn from those mistakes. So anyway, appreciate you guys coming in, checking this out. I am going to be keeping this very short today. I know Red Panda's doing his stream at 2 o'clock, so I don't want to bump into that. So I probably won't do more than 15 or 20 minutes here today. But again, thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it, guys. And let's start tinkering around here a little bit. So I've learned most of my techniques for testing from watching Seb's FinTech. That dude is an incredible tester. So I've kind of followed his style of testing down to the spreadsheet. So once I do get through all these cards, I will put a spreadsheet out with all of my findings. Kind of going at this a little bit different, not just the straight up, you know, when we look at metrics for whether a card is worth purchasing, we look at the cost per mega hash. And that's a great metric, something that when I first started buying cards, I focused pretty heavily on. And one of the guys that I watch a lot to get started was Brandon Coin. And Brandon kind of set that benchmark of $15 per mega hash, which I thought was a great place to start. And then the more I tinkered, the more I realized that you know, some of these cards where you might get for $15 a mega hash are getting you you know, 32 mega hash, but you're pulling 120, 130, 140 watts. And that's all well and good when the profits for Ethereum are really high. But what happens when the merge happens and I got to move over to, I don't know, Ergo or Flux or Raven, which is a huge power-hungry algorithm. Power matters. And if we're going through a bear market and trying to, you know, stay afloat, I need to make sure that I can afford to keep these things up and running. So I started looking at cost per mega hash per watt. So it's an efficiency rating, so I'm factoring in the power. And so the spreadsheet I'm going to be putting out is going to factor those things in. So, you know, we'll see. Hey, guys, I'm sorry, I'm just rambling. I'm not really paying attention to the chat. I'm going to check this out here real quick. Hey, Raheem, thank you so much. You know, doing better than hundreds of people you've seen. I've learned so much from watching everyone in the community, and honestly, the support that everyone in the community has given me, and everyone, it's not just me, it's the support I see for everybody, is just phenomenal. So it helps you kind of shed those nerves and shed that fear. And you know what? You screw up. Nobody's going to hold it against you. People just want to hang out and have a fun place to be able to express themselves. So, yeah, again, really nice of you, Mr. Miles, as Red Llama said. I agree. Just awesome. I do have somebody working their way out into the garage. I am in my garage, and there's a door right there behind these rigs, so someone might poke their head out here. So as you can see, I've got a refrigerator right here, and all of our drinks are here, so somebody might be poking their head out to grab a drink. We've also got a 4-year-old, which Red Llama Crypto, I know you experience this as well. The kiddos like to pop out when you're on camera. So, Red Llama Crypto, I've dropped the camera 4 times and killed a Mobo in a live stream. Haha, you'll do great. You know, it's the nerves get you. I can tell you right now, my palms are sweaty. Right, it's those nerves really get at you, but you just got to keep working through it. So, all right. Well, again, like I said, let's start tinkering around here a little bit. So my goal with all of my testing is to find, you know, I'm putting estimates for what I think these cards are running nowadays, what the mega hash we can get, and what the power we can get to get our efficiency. So basically what I'm doing here, I start with factory settings or with our stock settings. So I'm running 100% power limit, core clock and memory clock of 0. You know, and I'm going to jump the fan speed up to 100 just to get started. I am running Ergo, so I'm in this particular test, I am testing out Ergo, testing it on Nanopool. And you can see all these little blips or places where I've been testing different cards on Ergo over the past week. I've had some extra time over the holidays and be able to do this. Once work starts back up, we're probably not going to be able to do this as much. So, Mr. Miles, I broke a phone while recording a build. The phone fell directly on a corner and cracked the screen. Live and learn, I suppose. Man, that's such a bummer. That's tough, man. All right, so stock settings on my 3060 LHR, running Ergo on Nanopool, and I am also running T-Rex miner, so I'm running the most recent version of T-Rex. So I'll get about 104 mega hash per second. And I don't have my rig set up right now. I do have a power meter, but I'm not running with the power meter, which I realized just after I got everything set up. But my initial spreadsheet, I don't know where the hell I'll put my power meter. Over here, 1 second. So normally I run with the kilowatt power meter, so I can get readings at the wall. When I did my first setup, I forgot to put this in, so I'm actually benchmarking everything with software power draws. I'm gonna have to go back and redo everything with the power meter in, because I actually want to get readings at the wall for my own purposes. But for the spreadsheet I'm putting out, I'm okay doing it with software readings, because it's really giving me an apples to apples comparison. But I really do need to go back and let's see, am I missing something here? Let's see, sorry, I think Red Llama might have just sent me a message. I can't read it because my phone is actually recording me, so I'm gonna have to go back and read that again. Mr. Miles, you don't keep that plugged in regularly, right? No, I do not. I use this only for testing, and when I'm done with it, I do take it out of the wall. These are not meant to be running high power through them all the time. So, let's see. Raheem, do you set ranging according to memory brand? Really, when I do, the ones that I'm most worried about are the Hynix. So the Hynix memories are, so there's my wife. Say hello, wife. So that's Mrs. TPS Miner.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sorry, 1 second, guys, excuse me.
Can I use the font? If she wants to see that, you know, they're going to sit in fine. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, sorry about that. Wife checking in. So Raheem, you have smart plugs full time, and I'm concerned. Yeah, you know, I looked at doing smart plugs, and I was concerned about it as well. I don't know enough about them to know what their power ratings are, or what they're rated to source as far as power to run through them. So I don't do that. I've heard people talk about running their rigs through UPSs as well. I don't know. I'm not an electrician, and electric work makes me very nervous. So I keep it simple. You know, as I learn more about mining, I've only been mining for a couple of months. I started mining probably in the August timeframe, and prior to that, I was just an office dork keyboard warrior, so I never really got into it. So again, definitely not the guy to talk to about electrical items. I think really electrical, you know, the stuff that I've seen done by some other folks in the community is You're fine, babe. Red Llama says hello. So yeah, Red Fox has a good video on building some of these, some of the meters. So, and I know Red Llama Crypto's done some. I know Anonymous Miner's done. They collaborated and did some builds as well. Check those guys' videos out. Speaking of Anonymous Miner, I got a package in the mail from him just a few days ago, and I've been anxiously awaiting busting this thing out. So, got my anonymous miner sticker. Super excited about that. And let me spin the camera around here. So we're starting to build up the sticker wall. So, got my chump change, teaspoon, red llama, the Misfit Mining, my own sticker, and sorry, this is really shaky. I shouldn't have moved that. There we go. And anonymous miner is going to be going on the wall here in a few minutes once we wrap up on the stream. So, all right. So Raheem, I've been an electronics engineer for the Air Force 12 years now. Dude, that's awesome. Congratulations. Thank you for your service. That is fantastic, man. Really appreciate it. So my Mr. Miles, I know enough about electricity to fear it and respect it. Yep, totally agree. That is one thing, you know, when I first got into mining, I spent so much time researching how to do it safely. So once I started looking at the power draws and how much power I was going to be pulling on these things, that was enough to scare me. So I had a 240 volt circuit, 30 amp circuit installed. You know, I had an electrician come out and do it. So actually right behind this rig here is where my outlet is in the wall. So I knew that I wanted to have the power to be able to run these things and do it safely. So yeah, that was huge for me. All right, let's see. Mr. Miles, I'll forgive you for having a Vader helmet on your wall. You need a Borg drone. Yeah, I've been a Star Wars fan all my life. And, you know, I love Star Wars. I love Star Trek. I just didn't get into Star Trek as much as I did Star Wars. So, but yeah. So I think I'd mentioned this in a chat at one point. My first ever job interview, one of the questions that was asked was just a simple question: Star Wars or Star Trek? And I answered Star Wars. And the guy said, "I'm sorry, we're not going to be able to hire you." I said, what are you talking about? Why not? He said, "Well, you know, Star Wars is fiction, Star Trek is real." All right. So he ended up hiring me anyway, but it was kind of a funny question. But yeah, there are definitely lines in the sand with Star Wars and Star Trek, so I totally get it. So, all right. Let's see. I haven't made it very far in my testing. I think this is what live streams are going to be all about, right? Where I spend more time interacting and chatting. So, so the only Star Wars I'd say I love is KOTOR, fantastic story, Endgame. So Knights of the Old Republic, yep. Raheem, I'm the worst nerd. Watch nothing and play nothing. Tell you what, man, since I've got into mining, I'm the same. I don't watch much of anything. I stopped gaming almost entirely. So I do hop into the Misfit Mining Discord, and I watch people game. And usually when I'm watching them, I'm testing. I'm doing testing on my GPU, so kind of funny. Oh, goodness. All right. Actually, I've been watching Red Llama Crypto. Red Llama's plays a lot of Halo. So if you're ever looking for some entertainment, Red Llama, I know Red Panda's been playing. Chump Change tried to play, from what I've heard, not very well. And then you've got, who else? Tech Shinji's been playing. DJ Mines. So you want to watch some good entertainment, hop into the Discord when those guys are playing Halo. It's fun to watch. So, all right. So if I'm going to be doing a testing video, I at least want to test something. So I'm going to jump the memory clock up. I know on this 3060 I can take the memory clock up pretty high. So I'm going to jump straight to 1000 on the memory clock. And I'm going to set that. And so, you know, I've noticed with Ergo, so the hash rates, so at one point, I think when we first looked at this, it was up at over 100 megahash per second. Let me refresh my dashboard here and see if I can get the hash rate plot going here. So we're climbing. So we'll change this up to 1000 and just let it run a little bit. All right. So Red Llama, Captain James T. Kirk or Captain Picard? I am not going to answer that question for fear of incriminating myself with the group here. So Raheem fixing a bent CPU pin as we speak. That is challenging. I wish you luck in that. So, all right. So yeah, like I said, these tests are tedious. Every time I change a setting, it's just sit, wait, let it stabilize, change again, and keep on chugging. So Mr. Miles got a question here. What exactly are you testing for? What exactly are you testing for that you can't get information on already? The differences will be minor if it's the same models. Totally agree, Mr. Miles. This is not something that I have to be doing. I could very easily go off and just compile a bunch of data. Not going to lie, part of it's content. So it gives me experience. Like I said before, I'm definitely new to mining. I've only been doing this a few months. So two reasons really, if I'm being 100% honest, and I always want to be honest with you guys. It's testing for my own benefit, so I can learn. I can learn how these cards operate. I learn how to test, really. And then it's good content. So I do want to get into the content creating space. And so doing this is a way for me to come up with some content that I can share with everyone else. Using it to cut my teeth, exactly. Robert DeWeese, good morning. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it, man. It's really just a way for me to really fully dive into what I'm trying to do here. So, you hear a lot of questions about why do you mine? I really got into mining initially not for the money. There is good money to be made in mining, certainly in the bull market that we're in right now. I initially got into mining because I am fascinated with blockchain in general. I think blockchain and some of the projects that are out there are absolutely 100% valuable for real life applications. I work in an industry where I really would love to see blockchain adopted, and in fact, I've actually pursued it with some of my supervisors and trying to get a small group of us set aside. So I'm actually an engineer, and I went back recently and got my MBA. So I'm an engineer with a business degree. So that's really when I got into blockchain, when I went back for my MBA and I saw what the value of blockchain is in real life applications. So as I started researching, I started getting into and learning more about cryptocurrency, and I thought, wow, this is fascinating. And I just so happened to have an old 1050 Ti, and I threw that on. I tinkered around with that thing for probably 6 weeks or so, and thought, wow, this is great. I'm going to step up my game a little bit, and started buying graphics cards. And I'm currently, my farm is sitting about 450 mega hash on Ethereum right now. So how goes the Aeon mining? It's actually going very well. I have had some fantastic reception from the AeonPool.tech team. So for anyone that knows Yashnik from the community, I've been working with Yashnik a bit to learn more about the AeonPool.tech site, their mining pool, learning about their staking, and it's fascinating. Their project is, when I first started looking into Aeon, I was a little concerned that there really wasn't much development going on, and then I learned about their community bounty program and what they're doing. And there's a really great group of people over there at AeonPool.tech that are putting a lot of passion and a lot of energy and effort into keeping Aeon relevant, and they're doing a great job. So the more I dig into it, the happier I am with what's going on. And in fact, I'm going to be doing another video on Aon later this week, where I'm going to go through and talk about the staking side of it. So again, I think it's a great project. Not financial advice. I am not a part of Aon or the Aon pool.tech team, but the guys that are running it are great guys, and really like what they're doing. So, all right. So again, I want to keep a close eye on time. It's 1:40 p.m. Red Panda's going live in 20 minutes, so I'm actually going to wrap this up in about 5 minutes, so that way folks can have time to go refresh your coffee, do whatever it is you want to do before that stream gets started. But dude, really appreciate you guys coming by. Again, this is my first live stream. The reason I wanted to get this live stream out of the way, obviously, like I said, I'm doing some testing, but the main purpose or reason why I'm doing this is there is a rig on the other side of this guy. So this is my Vader rig. On the other side of that rig, I have another one, Skywalker. And right now that's just got two 1060s and two 1660 Supers in it. But what I'm going to do is, you can't really see here, I can pull my camera around, but I'll do that when I do the live stream for the next one. I got some Arctic fans from AAA Wave, and I plan on installing fans on all of my rigs. So what I'm going to do, I've got in this package is a 1200 watt server power supply. So I'm going to tear apart one of the rigs. I'm going to put the 1200 watt server power supply in it. I'm going to put all the fans on, and I'm going to start consolidating rigs. So that's my intent. That's why I'm wanted to test out this live stream, so that way when I do the build live stream, I can have some of the kinks worked out. So anyway, that's kind of what my plans are. Again, really appreciate you guys stopping by. If you can, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed and you're interested in kind of keeping up with my journey and what I'm doing, please consider subscribing. For me, Mr. Miles, I think you hit the nail on the head. I'm cutting my teeth on this. I'm learning about mining. I'm learning about blockchain. I'm learning about cryptocurrency. And I figure, why not document this whole thing while I go? Someday my kid's going to watch all these and laugh and tell me that I'm crazy. And, that's fine. That's fine with me. So, all right. Let me do one quick run back through the chat. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Again, appreciate your patience. Robert Deweese, Mr. Miles, Raheem, Red Llama. Let's see, who else did I miss? Really appreciate you guys stopping by. And there will definitely be more of these in the future. I think I got everybody. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, MC. So yeah, again, appreciate you guys stopping by. I am going to go ahead and cut this one off and give everyone an opportunity to regroup and get ready for the real live stream of the day, which is the Red Panda. So, all right, Mr. Miles, your kid will also appreciate having these years from now. Memories of loved ones are to treasure. Yeah, I agree. That's the one thing I miss out. My parents didn't do a very good job of taking pictures, and so I don't have a lot of memories from my childhood, from growing up. I've tried to make up for that with my daughter. I have so many pictures and videos, and documenting this kind of stuff is important. Red Llama Crypto, I think what you're doing with your son is awesome. Having your son involved and helping you turn wrenches is great. I had my daughter, I had to flash a BIOS on one of my motherboards, and I had my daughter come out and sit with me while I did it. She doesn't know what I'm doing, but she loves it, and so I think that's pretty cool. All right, let's see. Keep up the good work, man. This was fake. What was fake? You tricked me. I hope I didn't trick you, Raheem. I'm not trying to trick anybody. Not sure I got the question, but I hope I didn't trick you with anything. Certainly not my intention. So, oh, the real live stream later, I think is what you're referring to. Yes. All right, guys. Hey, again, really appreciate it. I'm going to wrap this one up. But thanks for stopping by. And I don't know. I think he's making a joke we don't get. Yep. All right. Well, hey, thanks again. And wrap it up. And we'll see you guys on the next live stream. And like I said, more videos coming this week. So, all right. Thanks again. Peace.